Welcome to Awesome Dog Academy's Outdoor Kitchen. I'm Malia.
And I'm Brandy.
And we are going to make some sweet and savory treats for your dog. Let's get started. Alright, so first up we're going to make some savory treats. And we have our ingredients. So we have some carrots. We've got some chunks of boiled chicken that has not been salted. We've got mashed sweet potatoes with the skins because it's all yummy. And Brandy and I each have some oatmeal because oatmeal is good for us. And now you can put in these ingredients however you want to. We are going to be putting our ingredients into silicone cupcake holders because that is fabulous. It's easy to freeze and it's easy to peel the treats right out of it. With one note, with sweet potato, you don't want to put too much in there because your dog can get bloated and gassy. Nobody wants a gassy dog. Nobody. All right, so we're gonna get started. And while we're doing this, Brandy, why don't you tell me about your baby? What's your puppy dog?
Well, I have a 6-year-old rescued pit bull.
Oh.
I got him from our local rescue. We've loved him and just babied the far out of him, and my husband keeps telling me we need another dog, and I keep telling him no, we don't need another dog because this one's taking up all of our attention. So
your husband keeps messaging me with pictures of the other dogs he wants.
Yes. He has no problems trying to enlarge our family. I guess since we don't have any kids at the house, he thinks that that's the best next thing. So,
well, I mean, it is nice having lots of dogs. Now, your dog, his name is Dozer, and he is a handsome pit bull.
Yes, he is.
He is gorgeous. He's actually how Brandy and I met a while ago.
You can say a long time. It's okay.
It's not that long ago. So while we're talking about puppy dogs, I just want you to see I'm just putting some chicken and some carrots, and I have a little sweet potato and oatmeal, which I'm going to layer in there. And you can put it in any order you want. It's just as long as you make sure it's all packed in there nice and tight, and it doesn't have a bunch of like empty spots in the bottom, because who wants to make treats and then just find out there's a huge gaping hole where there could have been delicious yumminess.
They would feel cheated.
They would feel cheated. I'm pretty sure my dogs would be very upset with me if they realized they could have been getting more food out of me instead of less. So we're just mushing stuff together, getting our fingers messy, having a lot of fun, and talking about dogs. So what's Dozer doing now that spring's happened?
He had been going to doggy daycare, and we've had a little setback with him going there. Just a little health issues because of COVID and, everything that's going on right now. So he's been at home for a little while, but he is very excited when you mention doggy daycare. He gets all pumped up. He thinks that every time you go out the front door, he needs to be going with you. So it won't be long before we do get him back into doggy daycare.
We just did a video about doggy daycare. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it.
Yes.
All right.
Doggy daycare is amazing, especially for young ones, because it wears them out so quickly.
So nice.
And it is amazing. Socialization is amazing. If your daycare is at your vet's office, it familiarizes them with your vet. It's less panic when you go to the vet. So I can't say enough about doggy daycare.
And it tires them out so they're not going crazy when you come home.
Yes. That is the best part.
All right, so we're going to keep making some treats, and we'll show you the finished product in a minute. All right, we have finished our savory treats, and look how yummy these are. Just in case you were wondering, we have licked our fingers because this is all human safe food.
You're right, it wasn't salted at all.
No, it's not salted. It's very bland, but your dogs will love it. And as you can see, we have different types. Some have carrots on top, we've got chicken on top, we've got oatmeal and sweet potatoes on top. We just mushed it all together and we filled these to the brim. All right, these are going to go in the freezer and usually overnight. I don't recommend you giving your dog more than one a day just because these are hefty and, again, farts. We don't want them.
Especially the pit bull ones.
Oh.
And your lab too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gassy.
He's cleared
too.
rooms before.
Lord
Yeah.
have mercy.
All right, we hope you like these treats. All right, we're gonna make some sweet treats now. We have little adorable puppy dog silicone trays. Again, silicone is the best. You can pop these suckers right out. We have Greek yogurt, plain. Make sure when you're checking your yogurt that there's no artificial sweeteners because that's really bad for dogs. And we have mixed in some peanut butter with our yogurt, so we have a little flavor. And just like with the yogurt, make sure you're checking your peanut butter for xylitol. Xylitol is an artificial sweetener which does poison dogs. So I just got my store brand in natural because that doesn't have any of the artificial sweeteners in it, so that way I know it's safe and I can eat it too and just spoon it right out of the jar.
Sounds good.
We have chunks of apple, we've got delicious chunks of pineapple and blueberry. Now, the only thing that I would tell you as we're making these is try to get as much of it inside as possible, because if it's outside, especially with like the yogurt, after you freeze it, it tends to flake up and kind of make a mess.
Okay.
So that's why we're using knives again, so we can kind of scoop it and get maximum yogurt deliciousness.
Should we also at this point say do not try this at home unsupervised if you're a child with a knife?
Yeah. Kids should not play with knives. If you were doing this with a child, just let them dig their fingers in there and smear it all in it. They'll have fun. Now, one of the things that I found easier is I put the big chunks in first, and then I put the yogurt on top of that. That way, and then you can put some big chunks under there. But that way you're getting optimal chunks in your treats.
In each treat.
In each
okay.
treat. Yeah. Now, apples are delicious, no core. Pineapples, some people say can help your dog stop eating their own poo because it makes the poo taste different. But we're not here about poo today. We're here about yummy treats. So we're going to get started.
I don't have that problem with Dozer.
You don't?
Mm-mm. No, I think his is bad enough he doesn't want it.
My Chihuahua loves eating poo.
Her own or anyone's?
Her own mostly. But I'm afraid it's because my Lab's is just too big.
That's disgusting. I brought that on myself.
You
didn't
did bring that on yourself.
Yeah, I think I did.
So you can mix up any flavors. And remember, your dog doesn't have taste buds like ours. So don't worry about the peanut butter in the yogurt not mixing well with pineapple. Your dog will love it.
So you're not looking at palate
Just
as
delicious.
much as, yeah, sweet.
Sweet and yummy.
Healthy.
Healthy. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, healthy foods. You can mix as many or leave it as simple as you want to. We're just trying to get maximum yumminess for our puppies, especially now that it's warming up in Mississippi. And when it's warming up, it gets really hot real fast. So having cool treats.
Humidity is so bad.
I know. Having cool treats for your dog is a wonderful thing. And you can also do these trays with the fruits and then just fill them with water if you don't want to use yogurt or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good idea.
Just flavored ice pops.
Mm-hmm.
So your dogs would probably love it.
Do you advise juices in pops, or is that like a sweet sugar
it's a lot
thing?
of sugar. Yeah. It's a lot of sugar. I don't do juices in my pops just because it is a lot of sugar.
Okay.
But so if you don't want to use yogurt, you can use the water, like I said. There's actually like the natural applesauce.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
if you don't want to do this stuff, you can just the unsweetened applesauce, just slather that in there, and then you've just got a fruit pop for your dog.
Okay.
So lots of different options. But we're just going to spoil our puppies with yummy ingredients.
Yeah, Dozer doesn't realize that he is a dog. He thinks that he is a human as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a thing, I don't know if we can mention social media.
We can.
Okay, so I saw a thing on Facebook the other day that said, it was a little meme that had a dog, and he had a really surprised look on his face. And he says, "What do you mean I'm adopted?" And that's kind of like I think Dozer would react if he could really understand exactly what I was telling him.
Aww.
I'm not your baby, you know, that kind of thing. What do you mean?
My mama.
Right. It would just bumfuzzle him completely.
But mamas of heart.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I tell him, you know, I didn't have to love you. I chose you.
That's
just like an
right.
adopted child. Now, there are times...
As with all children.
There are times that even my mother would say, I did not read the return policy. So, there are times where that does come into play some.
This is going to be a real video for all the parents. All right, we're going to come back in a little bit and show you the finished product. And we're done, like magic. So as you can tell, it is harder to just keep it inside the bone shapes than you think.
Yeah.
We may have licked our fingers a lot
Little.
and eaten some of the toppings.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Well, no, look, Malia, how long would you advise actually freezing these before you use them?
Just overnight.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on how dense they are, like when I put carrots and cheese in some water, like it was frozen in a couple hours, and I could just pop those out for my dogs. But with these ones, since they are so dense and there are more toppings in it, overnight's good. And then again, you just pop them out whenever your dog does good.
Awesome.
Yeah, these are definitely not training treats, though. These are just for fun treats. But thank you for joining me and Brandy today as we made delicious, delicious yummy treats for our puppy dogs that we love very much.
For letting me help today.
Oh, we loved it. And we hope you try these at home. Bye!
Bye.